Hello! Welcome to my monthly reading wrap-up video. Glad you could be here with me. How y'all doing? Happy almost May. 2 more days left in April. And then it's gonna be May. So the first book I don't currently own because I read it on a Kindle app. It's called something like Death of a Playmate, the story of Dorothy Stratton or something like that. I read it on Kindle and I read it for my Dorothy Stratton true crime video that I posted. So yeah, that one was pretty good. Sad, but I read it just for information for the video, so I didn't really rate it or anything, but yeah, it was good. It was a good read though. We interrupt this clip for some cat purring ASMR. Thank you. The next book that I read is Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson, and I really enjoyed this book. I think I gave it 5 stars. It was such a fast read. It's really short and the print is very big. I think I read it in just a couple of days. So cute. It was very nice. The only thing that I didn't like about it was the ending was so abrupt. Like, there was so much story, which is nice, and then the ending was like 2 chapters and then the story wrapped up and that was it. So that was the only thing that I didn't like. Maybe I gave it 4 stars because of that. I can't remember, but yeah, good book, very cute. It's about a woman who gets in touch with someone that she went to high school with, and she wants her to come and watch over her stepchildren who spontaneously combust when they get angry. So yeah, very good. It was a cute story. I liked it a lot. So the next the next book that I read, I had my cousin Leslie choose for me. Whenever we can't decide like what Buffy episode we want to watch, it's specifically Buffy, honestly. We'll text each other like, okay, pick number 1 through 7. All right, now pick number 1 through 22. And so I couldn't decide what book I wanted to read next, so I texted her and said, pick a number 1 through 3 because I've got 3 shelves with unread books on it. And she picked 1. And then I was like, okay, now 1 through, I think it was like 20, I think. And she said 18. And the book that she chose, The Time of My Life by Patrick Swayze and Lisa Niemi. I swear to God. Patrick Swayze, look at him. So this actually, she chose this book right around the time that his 2020 like Superstars episode came out, and it was just perfect timing. Like, I had already been talking about how he was with me lately, and then she chose this book, and I was like, okay, Patrick Swayze, I get it. You're with me. You love me. I get it. I love you too, man. Like, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. I love Patrick Swayze. So I've had this book for a really long time, and I've listened to about half of it on Audible. So I skipped a good portion in the beginning because I had already listened to it on Audible. I started reading it and I was like, I've already listened to this. I'm just gonna keep going. I definitely recommend getting the audiobook because it's so cool to like, because he was still alive. He recorded the audiobook, and so it's really cool to hear him read his book. But also, it's so depressing to hear him talk about how healthy he seems and how like he's gonna kick this cancer's ass and he's gonna outlive everyone. And I'm like, oh, honey, no. So that was sad, but really good book. I don't remember if I gave this stars or not, but I don't know, 4 stars. Look at that. Look at how high he threw that dog. I can't even. The next book I read is called Don't Cry for Me by Daniel Black. And let me tell you, all I did was cry. All I did was cry. All I did was cry. That's all I did. That's all I did. He told me not to and I did. I couldn't help it. This book was my favorite book that I read in the month of April. It was so good. And I couldn't put it down. And the chapters are like 3 pages. I think the longest chapter, I think, is like 5 pages. So it was a very, very quick read. Super good. Oh my gosh. All I did was cry. And it says, I'm just going to read this first little bit of what it's about. A black father makes amends with his gay son through letters written on his deathbed in this wise and penetrating novel of empathy and forgiveness. As Jacob lies dying, he begins to write a letter to his only son, Isaac. They have not met or spoken in many years, and there are things that Isaac must know. That's just one little part of what this book is about. And holy cow, I cried through the whole thing. If you ever want to know what my relationship with my dad is like, read this book. It's so cute. Yeah, there were so many. This book made me want to annotate. I don't really understand how to annotate, but I wanted to annotate because I wanted to keep quotes from this book, but instead I just took pictures of them. Swayze, no one wants to see your butt. But there is just so many lines from this book that I'm like, oh, that hit so close to home. Ouch. Ouch. This book was amazing. I cried through the whole thing. And I have recommended it to everyone that I know. My friend Adriana is already reading it. Favorite book that I read by far in the month of April. Yeah. The last book that I read this month still, while I'm filming, whatever, is The Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Malinda Lo. This book was very good. The only thing that I didn't like about it was it kept jumping back to not the main character's story. So like Joseph is her father. Who cares? We don't want to know that story. It's so boring. So I mostly skimmed those parts because I didn't really care. I'm sorry. Apparently my upstairs neighbor doesn't really care either. But yeah, it's a really good book. And I read a Malinda Lo book earlier this year called Ash, and I was not very impressed. And then I got this book and I didn't even realize that it was by the same author, and I was like, oh, I hope I like this one because it's a little bit thicker than Ash was. I think Ash was only like maybe a little bit over 200 pages, and this one was almost 400. Let's see. Yeah, 394. So I was like kind of hesitant to pick it up. But I'm glad that I did. I really, really enjoyed it. The only parts, like I said, that I didn't super enjoy were like the flashbacks. They're not really flashbacks, but you know. And it was a really cute gay book. So everyone loves a gay book. I mean, maybe not everyone, but I do. So that is all the books that I read in the month of April. What I am currently reading is Three Women by Lisa Tato. And I'm only about that far in, not far at all. I just started it yesterday, and it's okay. It's steamy. But it follows 3 different women and their story. This was another one of Harry Styles' favorite books, so I got it. The last Harry Styles book that I read was In Watermelon Sugar, and we all know how I felt about that one. This one is better than In Watermelon Sugar because it's an actual story. Like, there's an actual storyline. But I've only read, so obviously it's 3 women, so each chapter is a different point of view. I've read each of their point of views once, and I'm starting again with the next point of view. The only book that I want to read, that I'm going to read, that like I'm guaranteed to read in the month of May is Wicked, because Adrian and I are gonna go see Wicked at the end of May, and I want to read the book before we go and see it, and I'm super excited. And then I'm also very excited because me and Adrian and our other friend Carly are starting a book club. So whatever book we decide to read for the month of May, I will also be reading. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've never been in a book club before. And, you know, I love Adrian and Carly so much. And I'm just so excited to read books with them and talk about them. I'm so excited. But thank you for watching. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Today is Thursday as I'm filming this. Hopefully I'll also edit it on Thursday and post it on Thursday. So I'll be filming this weekend and that'll be my next video. Nicole is coming over tomorrow and we're doing something very special. So get ready. What could it be? Who knows? Okay. Anyways, I gotta go. Thank you for watching and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.